Hi, my name is Isujo. I'm a faculty member of School of Management and Economics of Handong Global University. I teach corporate finance, investment, financial institution management, and management IT practice. Before I joined Handong Global University, I had experience in working for financial industry. Once I worked as an actuary for a reinsurance company. One of my duties was analyzing claim data of life insurance companies. During the analysis, I realized the power of Excel program. It was very powerful and being improved continuously. This perception about Excel program was reinforced by my continuing experience in a commercial bank and by securities firms. So I would like to recommend all entrepreneurs to study a little bit of Excel program. That would be a powerful tool for you entrepreneurs. Entrepreneurs, time is money for everyone, but this saying is very true for entrepreneurs, since you entrepreneurs have limited time and limited resource to help you. But you will have a lot of things to do. When you can use Excel efficiently, it can save you a lot of time. Especially, you can save time spent on simple things. And you can use more time on important things. Spreadsheet. Let's talk about Excel sheet. Excel is a spreadsheet program. Spreadsheet is like a sheet of paper divided into many cells. It is like a table that contains columns and rows. In fact, there are more than 16,000 columns and more than 1 million rows. There's more than 16 billion cells on one spreadsheet in case of Excel version 2010. So we can record a lot of things on one spreadsheet. In one workbook, which we usually call an Excel file, there can be many spreadsheets. Thus, in one Excel file, we can record huge amount of data. In each cell, we can input text, numbers, images, formulas, and links. Even we can input dates and times. Actually, dates and times are special types of numbers. So let's see the Excel sheet. As you see, Excel spreadsheet is composed of cells. Cells are identified by column and row. Column is identified by alphabets such as A, B, C, D, etc. And row is identified by number 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So in B3, this is cell. So I entered, this is a cell. And in B4, I enter number 123. As you can see, I can enter dates, time, percentage, fraction, and decimal fraction. Even I can paste image on spreadsheet. And here, I input text called www.handong.edu, but I linked web address to this text. So by clicking this cell, I can go to the website directly. Let me talk about the format of numbers. Actually, all these 123 were dates, time, percentage, fraction, decimal fraction. All these are numbers, but in different formats. For example, the date, November 25th, 2013 is a date, but actually it is a special type of number. So when I change the format of this cell to number, it becomes 41,603. In Excel, number 1 is assigned to the date of January 1st, 1900. So this date, so let's click and change the format again. November 25th of 2013 is actually a 41,603rd day from January 1st of 1900. And the time here, it says 6 p.m., but the fraction of a certain number is used to represent time. For example, let's see the real value of this cell. So it says the real value of this cell is 41,603.75. So 0.75 represents time. So because 1 represents a day, 0.75 means 18 hours or 6 p.m. So that is the mystery of format. So when I change this format to time, it becomes 6 p.m., but this is expressed in Korean language, so when I change into English, so it becomes 6 p.m. So format of this cell is percentage. As you see here, this is percentage. And then this is the fraction cell. So the format of this cell is actually fraction. But when you input the fraction without any preceding number, let's say 23 by 25, in this case, it is recognized as text. So we cannot do any arithmetic operation to this cell. But this is a number, this is a fraction, so we can do some multiplication or addition, subtraction to this cell. Let's say 25. Then it becomes 23. And then decimal fraction, we can change the units after decimal point, or we can reduce number. So this is the mystery of formats in Excel. Okay, let me explain one more thing. So this is actually the number. Actually, in this cell, the number 1012341234 is entered, but it is expressed with 2 hyphens. 1 hyphen between 3rd and 4th digits, the other between 7th and 8th numbers. The reason that we have an expression like this is the customization of format, because I customized the format of this cell like this: 0030 and then hyphen, 4 zeros and hyphen and 4 zeros. So because I customized the format of this cell like this, when I enter just 4 digits like 1, 2, 3, 4, then all the other digits are filled with the zeros. So when we input telephone numbers or any other special numbers, this customizing format is sometimes useful. And then here, the real value in these cells are Q1, Q2, Q3, Q4. But in these cells, cell J4, J5, J6, J7, the real value I entered is just 1, 2, 3, 4. But because of the customization of format, these cells expressed this way. Excel actually added Q before the number. Let's see how I customized the format. So as you see, Q0. So when I input just the number 8, it says Q8. Okay, then let's go to the second sheet. The power of Excel is actually a calculation. We can use formula in cell. For example, here I can input the formula. When I enter formula, it should start with equal sign. So let's say 30 multiplied by 50. Then the cell shows the result, not the formula. This is power of Excel. So many calculations is done simply by entering the formula. In cell D5, there is another formula, but in this cell, in the formula, the cell is used. In B4, I input just the number 30 and 50, but in cell D5, I used two cells instead of direct numbers. So B5 multiplied by C5. So because the value in B5 is 40 and the value in C5 is 20, so the result, the product of B5 and C5 is 800. So when I change the value of B5 to D5, the result changes automatically. So this is a power of Excel. Okay, let's see another example. So here in cell D8, there is a formula, but the formula says B8 multiplied by C8. So I want to copy this formula to D9. So I copied the formula in D9. But in D9, the formula is changed to B9 multiplied by C9 because I changed the position from D8 to D9. So the cells used in the formula are also changed. So in this cell, in D9, because I used the B9 and the C9, so Excel understands automatically, so it changes the formula. So when I copy the formula in D9 to D10, of course, it changes the cells automatically. So it's very powerful. Let's see the formula in E9. The formula says D9 plus E8. D9 plus E8. So when I copy this formula to E10, the cells used in the formula are changed automatically. This is a very useful function. But sometimes this useful function creates problem. Let's see the example. Here in D16 and D17 and D18, we want to calculate interest amount for the loan amount in B16, B17, B18. Of course, the interest amount is calculated by multiplying the principal amount and interest rate. So the interest amount is 5,000. But if I copy this formula to the next cell, there is a problem because the formula is changed automatically. Here, the formula says B17 multiplied by D14. But in D14, there is nothing. But instead of D14, we still have to use D13. So D13 should be fixed. It should not move. So in this case, we have to do some tricks. This is, we have to put $ before the cell address. So we are going to fix the row number and the column number. Then even if we copy this cell to another cell, the position of the interest rate does not change. So referring a cell this way is called absolute reference. The other way was called relative reference. So because D13 is fixed, we can copy this formula to the other cells. It's fine. Okay, then let's see another example. This is this table looks like a multiplication table. So for each cell, we are going to refer two cells, this cell and this cell. 2 by 1 or 1 by 2 is 2. 1 by 3 equals 3. So for these numbers, column will change, but row number should be fixed. But for those numbers in H8 to H16, row numbers will change, but column number does not change. So in this case, as you see here, I put $ before column H because column H does not change. But for the cell I7, the column will change, but row number will not change. So to fix the row number, I put $ before row number 7. So by doing this, I fix the column number of these numbers and then row number of the numbers in this range. So I can copy the formula and I can get the wanted result. Okay. Next, let's see the data. There are huge amount of data here. So a lot of data is recorded on this sheet. Actually, this data can be printed on sheet of paper. So let's see how to print this data on paper. To see how it will be printed, we can see page setup and print preview. So we can see, we can check in advance how it will be printed on paper. So this is the first page, second, third. So it will continue until the end. But I find some problems with this printing. First, I don't want this title. This is not related with data. So I want to print out only data. And then the second problem is when I print this data, continuously. There is no headings of columns on the second page or third page. From the second page on, there is no headings or title of the columns. So I want to repeat printing of this row. And then another idea is this is vertically printed. So I want to change the orientation of paper so that I can print all columns in one page. And then I want to insert page number on top of the page. And then I want to print the file number, path and file name on the bottom left corner. So how can I do that? Okay, go to the page setup again. Okay, first of all, let's change the orientation of paper. So landscape. Then let's go to sheet. I want to designate the area I want to print. So I designated the area that will be printed. And then I want to repeat the headings, these two rows, page after page. So I designated two rows to repeat at the top. So on each page, these two rows will be printed. And then let's go to the header. At the right section, I want to input the page number slash total page number. Okay, and then custom footer. Here I want to print the path and file name. Okay, let's see the preview. So here orientation is changed to landscape, and then there is a page number, and at bottom there is the path and file number. Sorry, some of the path is in Korean, but you will see. So page after page, the heading is repeated. So I got what I want. Probably this is the first part of my lecture.